Okay, it looks like we're live again. There's an issue. I don't know whose fault it is. It's either my equipment or YouTube has changed some stupid stuff. I'm not sure which, but it seems like it keeps interrupting us as if the event has completed, like anyone really cares about events. I think YouTube does, but you know, you shouldn't have to set an event. I think what I'm going to do from now on is I'm probably not going to do any announcements via YouTube in the morning before, before the tour. You'll have to rely on me only. Sorry, that's how it's going to be. That's my next effort at fixing the problem. I don't know if that's what's going on, but it may have something to do with it. Anyway, we're here at Knox Marcellus. There's not much water down there. Oh, some cranes. I thought I heard them, but I was dealing with the equipment. Things would be so much easier if I didn't have to deal with it. No offense. It's nice to have you along, but you're a pain. Anyway, 3 cranes are in the air, flying away, and there are more sandhill cranes down there, as you can see. Quite a few more overall. A lot of Canada geese, but cranes here, here, some back here, good number there. I don't know if the cranes are still in view. Yeah, they're still flying around. There are some people that walked down there, by the way, down, and I have a feeling they were not authorized to do so. So let's switch cameras. Cranes are the ones in flight are still in view. And turning around. It seems like I don't know if they're really heading for any particular destination. I wouldn't mind actually being, with my tripod and looking at them in flight. Maybe I should try to do that quickly, I don't know. This is through the windshield, and I'm holding the scope free-handed. Don't know if I can find them. Shoot, I had them. They're almost right overhead now. Beautiful birds. Really a pleasure to see them. I hope those people come up and I get to scold them for going down there if they were not supposed to be down there. So anyway, in the water, I suspect, judging by someone who's watching the cranes, that they're still within view, but we're going to get to looking around here. So there's not much open water down there, certainly. Just in the channel and that one corner. Looks like a cormorant there, a young one. Ask them if they had permission to go down here. They come up. I think they're coming up. They may not come by us. My concern is, you know, possible disturbance to the birds. Yeah, they're not going to come up close. We're probably not going to be here too long, although I'd love to watch the cranes and, you know, more cranes in flight, but, you know, who knows, they may not be taking off. They may be there just to feed or whatever. There may be some ducks back there. I don't know who cast that shadow. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw a large, looked like a large shadow. Anyway, let's look at some of the cranes. See, I mean, I like seeing the cranes, but from these distances and everything, it's just not, it's not the same. I love getting a good look at them. And this is nothing, you know, nothing great in terms of, you know, viewing. Just long distances, and not something I overly enjoy. I mean, unless they're like, you know, unless they're exhibiting special behavior or something like that. And while there are some groups, I don't see any like large, really large groups like we've seen sometimes in the past here. You know, I think we're going to probably, I'm probably going to head back to Ithaca pretty soon. So I don't know if we're going to really stay here. Maybe, I think it might be good to have more time in Ithaca for a change. In fact, I think that's a very good idea. Let's look in Puddler's Marsh a little bit, and then I think is that an egret out there? Possibly. Looks like it. And look at all the gull activity there. They keep flying. There must be some fish there or something, if I had to guess. Or some food. Excuse me, were you given permission to walk down there? Okay, you're really not, just so you know, you're not supposed to walk down there unless you have special permission.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. The volunteer did not say that we shouldn't walk down.
You may not realize that I've been down there before, but only with special permission, and you know, and that person,
Sorry, thank you for telling
that's okay. I think an eagle just flew in and landed. Oh, we have a couple eagles down there. And I believe that's a great blue heron there.
Yeah, I counted it 39 the first time, and I started counting again. I was like, wait a second. There's so many more. There's some even like laying down with the geese.
I hear cranes vocalizing. Hold on. Something's going to happen with the cranes. Either they're going to leave, something's going on. Oh, come on. Wondering if I should try to get out of the car and get a tripod set up. I don't know if I can do it in time. If anything is going to happen. I could be wrong, but just by how they're not feeding. They're all up and at attention, or at least most of them are. Not all. Some there might not be. I wonder if they're going to leave or if something's going on. Could be that nothing's going to happen, and it kind of looks like maybe nothing is going to happen now. But before they were all at least on somewhat of an alert, or at least for some reason, or maybe they were just coordinating. I don't know. Looks like they're just walking away. I don't necessarily get the sense that they're all about to leave. I'll point the camera there. Let me just look with binoculars. Believe it or not, I can
we offer you a homemade chocolate chip cookie?
sometimes get a different sense of things.
Sure? Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, maybe nothing's going to happen. Of course, they could take off, but I think, maybe it might be best for me to pack up and head back to Ithaca. I know we haven't gone to Maze Point, we haven't gone to Shockey Pool. We're definitely not going to go out to Van Dyne Spoor. Hold on a second here. That looks like a heron. Great blue heron. And that one as well, I believe. Okay, I think everybody, it might be best just to have more time in Ithaca. Obviously we have, a fair number of birds down there, but not much activity, and of course, who knows, as soon as I leave, maybe they would start to, maybe the cranes would start flying around or something, but I think we're going to move along. We're going to actually, we're going to continue, but we're going to go elsewhere. Let's make the other at least visits to Maze Point and Shockey Pool. We may not see much. I may just get out of the car in each instance and take a look, but we'll see if there's anything worth seeing at either one. You never know. Last week we went to Van Dyne Spoor and we did see sandhill cranes there also, but I don't know if I want to, hold on, I want to take a look at things again. I don't know if I want to take the time to drive all the way there. Okay, nothing going on. For a moment I thought, I had heard some of the cranes and I thought maybe something was going to happen when I started looking at them, and just the way they were, the vast majority of them were standing and all seemed to be looking at one point or something. So it looked like something was, maybe going on. Maybe they were coordinating, to take off. But nothing materialized. to me, in some ways, their behaviors are like that of Canada geese. And look, I'm not, it's not a scientific analysis or evaluation or something like that. It's just from what I've seen, my own observations. But I mean, think about it. They're not true water birds, although they might be near water or whatever. But I mean, you see them eating on dry land. Hold on one second. What do I see in the air? In the distance, I see. Is that an eagle? Probably. Looks like it. Anyway, I mean, you see them eating on dry land, although you'll see, geese go in the water. Canada geese go in the water. And very often, like, when you see Canada geese, leaving an area, they seem to coordinate, and especially like at night when it comes time to go elsewhere. Seems like they kind of gather, or they slowly do it, and then eventually everybody's standing and they're all walking in the same direction, or at least stopped and looking generally in the same direction, and then they take off. And I don't know if sandhill cranes do it quite like that, but I think they coordinate a bit. Oh, I see above here. Oh, shoot. I think I did see a couple eagles just flying around right now, if I'm not mistaken. Do see that often with birds. They do seem like if they're on the ground, they kind of coordinate. Not all species, certainly, and maybe some coordination is, more readily observable than other coordination. I would say with Canada geese, and we've seen it together, like at Sapsucker Woods. You see the geese, they start to, maybe swim, or if the pond is frozen, maybe they're walking on the pond a bit. And but they're all of a sudden they're all walking in the same direction slowly, and then they'll just all take off. "57 degrees, supposedly sunny. Not overly windy, but there are some breezes." And I am going to get out of the car and go take a look. We'll see if there's anything worth getting out for. If not, we'll move on. If there is, then I'll come back and get you. I'll have to come back quickly anyway because it is cool out and I'm not wearing a coat right now. All right, gotta take my phone. I'll be right there as soon as these cars pass by. Moving on. What about the birds you saw? I didn't see a single bird. I did hear a cricket. There was a bird that flew down to the brush and bushes to our right moments before I parked the car, but I didn't see what that was. Usually I come back to the car and I tell you at least, you know, I saw this, I saw that. No, I didn't see anything. You mean you didn't see much? No, I didn't see anything. I'm not saying there's nothing there, but I mean there's almost no visible water between what's dried out and the way the vegetation's grown in and everything. There's really nothing to draw ducks there. Shorebirds might find it interesting, but there's not much water, but just in there's a channel. But we're kind of, for Montezuma, we're kind of beyond the shorebird migration time now. There are people up on the tower. I'm going to get out. I'm going to go take a look and see if it's worth climbing a tower. If I had to bet money, though, I'd say the answer is no, because it's been that way, you know, right along, and you know, things have been overgrown with vegetation. But we'll see. I'll be right back, probably. Okay, sorry for the delay. I think we are going to end the broadcast for here right now. I did see an eagle. I did see a northern harrier. Saw a cormorant, I believe. I saw some gulls in the distance. Everything is so far I couldn't identify it. But everything is pretty far. I did talk to some people, and they were wondering about the sandhill cranes, and I told them how to go find them. But anyway, we're about to close up here, and then I'll head to Ithaca. So let's talk about maybe about 20 after 5. Okay? Somewhere around there. 20 after 5, everybody. Get there as quickly as I can. Let me just see if you get the message. I don't know. Technology is not cooperating with me today. Okay. Technology is not cooperating with me. All right. I'll see you all at about 20 after 5, maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later. Hello everybody, I hope we're live. Just buttoning things up here. Welcome to Sapsucker Woods. Sunny. Last I checked it was like 56 degrees, I believe. Maybe a little cooler than that by now, I'm not sure. I say by now because I mean, I had stopped the car, and then, sometimes when I do that, the thermometer reads at an artificially high number. Anyway, so let me just check to see if we're online and up and running. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay. It does look like we're live. Do we have sound? Okay, good. All right. All right, so let's see if we can take a walk. I don't know if it'll be a quick one or a fast one. I would have been here a couple minutes earlier, but I did see a hawk. I think at first I thought I saw, I don't know, I believe it was maybe a harrier, and then by the time I turned the car around and everything got focused on it, it looked like it was a red-tailed hawk, a young one. But I wonder if there was a switching of places. This is back at just near Shockey Pool. I don't know. I saw the white. I'm sure of it. Almost sure of it. I had seen first because I saw some white at the base of the tail while I was there. Okay, so just need a tripod, and then we can take a walk. Anyway, it was what I focused on eventually was a red-tailed hawk, but I think I first saw maybe a northern harrier that was displaced by the hawk. I don't know, maybe. The other issue was this driving back was a Honda that was just so slow, driving as if not a care in the world and no one behind him, and there was a whole line of cars for a long time, and then finally a few of them turned off, and then when there was a pickup truck pulling a trailer and one or two other cars, I passed all three of them. Oh, I just heard a Redwing Blackbird. I saw a couple of mourning doves. I've also seen a starling. Okay, let me see if I can get things going here without technical collapse. In terms of other sightings on the way back, I didn't really see much. I would say a light jacket is appropriate today here at Sapsucker. And I'm carrying gloves with me, although I don't know if I'll actually end up putting them on. So, welcome to Sapsucker Woods, as I said. Let's take a walk and see what we can see. It's a beautiful day, sunny here. The sun is in my eyes, actually, so that's an issue. You hear the Redwing Blackbird, you know, we're in autumn now and we're heading towards winter, but to hear that song, hear it sing, I mean, you know, it's kind of nice. Makes you think that it's spring. But it most certainly is not. Just heard a Canada goose. Looking at those Redwing Blackbirds. Let me take a, I don't know if I'll show you, but I'll try to take a sneak a peek inside the feeding garden. Hold on, I'm going to look with binoculars. I saw a mourning dove in there, and I'm not sure what else I saw. Redwing Blackbird. What looks like, oh, and I just saw a red-bellied woodpecker too in the feeding garden. Someone just flew down there. Someone's flying. Oh, Redwing Blackbird. Okay. So we're hearing the Canada geese also. Can't see well because of the sun in my eyes. Looked like a woodpecker just flew by. Not sure where it landed. Oh, it just flew where I can't see. I believe I just heard a black-capped chickadee. I'm not going to get too close just yet because right now my eyes are in the shade, so I can take a look around. Anyway, there are a number of Canada geese here. Not sure who's making that chipping noise. It might be, they might be, and I don't know, but they might be yellow-rumped warblers. I'm not sure. More goosage. And you know, there are more geese over here too. You can see behind the greenery there. And I already showed you these, but there are more back more distantly. See if I can get my eyes in the shade again. That's not too bad. Yeah, that chip note doesn't sound like, it does not sound quite like a cardinal's. I'm not sure whose it is though. Hearing the chickadee again. I'd like to know who's making that chip note noise. I don't know. I'll leave it there while I look around. I believe a goose had flown over by the sound of things. So there are, you know, fair numbers of geese here right now. But I don't see any other any ducks or anything like that. Now that bird is vocalizing again. Oh. Okay, just behind me, I think, somewhere. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, that might be a chickadee, I think I just saw. It is. But something else was making that chip note. And there's another chickadee farther away that's vocalizing. Oh, what did I just see? It's always great to have a chainsaw in the background, you know. Wouldn't want peace and quiet. Redwing Blackbird there. Okay, we're gonna get going. I'm not saying there's not more to look at. Hold on. Is that a cardinal? Looks like, yes, that was a cardinal, I believe. Thought I saw something red earlier. And I'm not sure who just flew in there. But I want to get going just because time is short. Oh, I just saw a woodpecker of some sort, I believe, fly by. Red squirrel. Okay, I don't see it now. The air is relatively cool and damp. Faint smell of leaves. Redwing blackbirds flying overhead. I might be hearing a white-breasted nuthatch, I'm not sure. Yes, white-breasted nuthatch, maybe across the road. Or, wait, maybe not. Well, we're going to keep walking. Like I said, time is short. I believe there are significant numbers of red-winged blackbirds across the road in the trees. Just not easy to see them. What I haven't yet specifically heard, I haven't heard any common grackles, so I don't know if there are any around. Some of the geese are making noise again. I believe I'm hearing the chip note of a song sparrow. Chip, chip. And I just heard a blue jay. You can see things are dry. Grasses have grown in many places here, but like there is some water. Not much, but some water going through. We've seen before where it was essentially dry. I didn't really focus on it, but the water levels are still low here at the pond. From what I've seen so far anyway. So I imagine we'll see that on, when we get to the Charlie Harper bench, for instance, we'll see it's still low. But nothing we can do about it. It's hard to tell what's going on there, goose-wise. You can see there's still some green in the trees, but things are thinning out, so it's not like it's all turning to reds and golds and yellows and then falling. And the leaves that are here on the ground, at least on the trail, feel like they're a little bit saturated, they're a little wet. What difference does it make? Well, it matters what you're here for, what you're here looking for. And, if you want, I haven't mentioned it today, but I don't think we're going to have, once again, this is like the third year in a row, in terms of coloration, we're not going to have a very good leaf year. And fall colors, I don't think it's going to happen. Already in many places leaves are down. And it's like no one wanted to coordinate, and didn't see too many days where the majority of the trees were, at peak coloration. Here and there, yes, but not the sort of thing where it's like, okay, let's go take a drive because it's everywhere is, really beautiful in terms of leaf color. I just heard a downy woodpecker. And another one. Different location. Hello. Here in the woods, it's pretty quiet. I mean, this is a quiet stretch anyway, but it's quiet here. Gray squirrel. So we've seen one red and one gray. there is, obviously you can see it, a lot of leaf cover on the ground. You know, because I come here regularly, it's I do notice the differences from year to year, just in terms of how things fall. Not that I keep track of it all, but you know, as I've mentioned before, I mean, there have been some years where, you know, it seems like things color up pretty well in sync, and they all do. It's not just like some of the trees this year and the last couple of years seem to go from green to nothing rather than coloring up. But it's also, you know, overall the timing. How does it work? Some years it does seem like it stretches later into October, and then there are some years where it seems like everything is finished early October. Or at least it seems like it's that to me. And what I've mentioned this before, I think. Hold on, that might be a robin. Where'd it go? It's not a robin, it's something else. I think the way it's acting. Is that a flycatcher? My guess is Pee-wee? Is it a Pee-wee or a Phoebe? I think Phoebe. Eastern Phoebe, if my guess is right. And somebody's tapping nearby. Oh, okay. I'm looking around. If that was a Phoebe, as I believe, that moved. But somebody's tapping. Like, I think I see the Phoebe again. And I'm hearing frogs. Oh, there's the tapper. Is that who I think it is? Hi! Oh. That's a surprise. Hold on, it's too bright. That appears to be I believe, a juvenile yellow-bellied sapsucker. I didn't expect to see one. Somehow I just had assumed they would have all left by now. We're going to keep going. Nice to see. Nice to see. Again, I didn't expect to see a sapsucker. I just had assumed they all left. The sapsuckers do not, as far as I know, I don't know if any ever winter here, but they generally don't winter here. some of the other woodpeckers, like the hairy and the downy and the pileated, and I believe northern flicker as well. They winter here. Yellow, red-bellied, they winter here, but the sapsuckers don't, to my knowledge. I believe I just heard a hairy woodpecker. So we've seen hairy, yellow-bellied, downy, and that's it. Oh, and red-bellied. Red-bellied was in the feeding garden. You didn't see it, but I saw it. As I look in there, I mean, it's a lot brighter than it used to be because the leaves have thinned out. A lot brighter at ground level. It hasn't been that bright there for me, in a while. We've been here sunny days, looking for instance, thrushes. But, it'd be dark in there. But now, with the leaves thinning out, it's a lot brighter. Maybe we're not seeing a lot, but I'm enjoying this walk. It's really not a long walk. When we stick to the Wilson Trail, it's not a long walk, and because I stop frequently for one reason or another, it's not like a very tiring one. And with this setup, it's fairly light, but we still get some decent range. I wouldn't mind walking on the trails on the other side of the road, but it's just a matter of having enough time and everything. So, not that I would definitely think that phoebes had all cleared out, but to see a phoebe in the woods like that was maybe a little surprising. I believe that was a phoebe. And to see the yellow-bellied sapsucker, which I thought would have left, that was also a surprise. So we've had a couple surprises here. Things are still looking dry here as I thought they would. I think I hear... I'm not sure what I hear. But I know what I see, and it's dry. Let me look around a little bit with... I believe I may be hearing more geese in the air. I'm not sure. Maybe. Not hearing them now. I'm hearing a red-bellied woodpecker, though. Oh, and I do see one goose in the air. It looks like it's flying away. I'm not going to get it. Okay. I don't know if it took off from the pond or if it was just flying over. I have no idea. These water levels are depressing, but hopefully things will fill up and soon without, without catastrophic flooding. The goose, I think, the same goose probably came back, but I just missed it. Sorry. Couldn't get the tripod unlocked quickly enough. Anyway, we're might as well. I might as well get going. There's not much going on bird-wise here. I don't see the solitary sandpiper here either, which had been here last couple times we've been here. May still be here at Sapsucker for all I know, but I certainly don't see it now. Let me just take one more look with binoculars at one thing. Or at least I should say at water level. Okay, let's keep going, I guess. Some geese are leaving. Notice though, they seem to, from what I could tell, they picked up their chatter and then they took off. So to me, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds like they coordinated a little bit. Haven't seen any robins yet. It's funny. I've noted for years now that in my area, my own area, it seems like the robins leave around second or third week of August. Third week, maybe. And in my area, they have again pretty much done that. Although there have been a couple times when I've seen them. Again, I don't know if they're other robins that have come into the area, or if they're the same robins that were there during the warmer months. I hear a belted kingfisher. I don't know where it is, but I hear one. Oh, and I think I was just hearing a robin. Yes, I believe I'm hearing a robin. Calling an alert. Anyway, there's an area where I've been, sometimes go bird watching late in the day, and there have been a lot of robins there. Okay, that was a chickadee nearby, but I don't know where. I'm trying to look for the. I see the kingfisher. I found it. I don't know if I can get it for you, but I found it. So while you're looking at the kingfisher, I'm going to look around. Oh, I see wood ducks. somewhere. There they are. A couple males and a female. Oh, maybe 2 females, 2 males. Yes. Not much water here for them to swim in. Not on this side anyway. Oh, looks like three males. So far, 3 males, 2 females. Love them. I think we're hearing also a red-bellied woodpecker right now. And yeah, okay, so let me go back to auto. And I'm going to continue looking around. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything else, and unfortunately and unsurprisingly, I should say. So let's we're gonna get going. Wish there were more, but that's how it is. Some of it may be, at least on this side, because of the lack of water, I'm sure. But there's water on the other side, and obviously, you know, the various birds are making use of it. So it's not completely dry. And there's water here and there. Like right over here, there's a significant amount of water. I don't know if it's maybe as deep as it normally is, but there is. I believe we may be hearing cardinal chip notes. Unless there's somebody else's, they might be. No, they might be somebody else's. I don't know. Whatever there are a few of them around. Haven't seen one yet. Just hearing them. They might be cardinals. I don't know. But again, I haven't seen one yet. No movement, no nothing. And it sounds like they're getting farther away, if anything. Let's keep walking. Just because of time. I have to admit, I didn't look very closely for green herons, for instance, but I have a feeling they've left. If we see another one again this year, it'll be really a surprise. Although, you know, I believe it was as late as November last year at Montezuma when we were seeing an American bittern once or twice. We saw it once, I think, and we had a good look at it, and it had been reported repeatedly on as a you know, a rarity because of the time of year. That sounds like a cardinal. Maybe I'm wrong. You can hear the kingfisher. Did I just hear a downy again? We're just going to take a quick look around where I am, actually. If I don't see anything, we're going to move right along. Okay, I think we're going to keep going. There's really not much going on. No great blue herons. Now, you know, sure, it's getting late, but in the season and in the day. But as you saw, we saw great blue herons today at Montezuma. And we've seen them, you know, in December before up there, and I can't remember if we've seen them together in January. I think we might have. That was a quick takeoff. There's still some geese here, but that was a quick takeoff. Don't be surprised if these leave as well. I'm not sure if I'm hearing the geese that just took off, and maybe they're, I don't know. And it sounds like there's some higher in the air. Oh yeah, or maybe not higher in the air, more, I don't know who's who. I don't know who's who. We're going to get going though because of time. And my hands are getting cold. Okay, I do see is that a cardinal or not? I mean, a female? Yes, that's a female cardinal. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Female northern cardinal. But it looks like we're probably, unless there's one in the fuller wetlands, I don't think we're going to see a heron here today. Given the time of year, I mean, it is getting later, and I'm guessing some have left the area. And given the lack of water, it's really no surprise. There are probably fewer good fishing areas here. We did have an interesting look or two at a heron, white-breasted nuthatch, in Montezuma today. One in particular, one heron. I hear more vocalizations coming from the pond. I don't know if that means they're taking off or if there's some coming in. I don't know. More cardinal vocals. Yep, that was a cardinal. Saw it. Male. How time flies. I mean, it seemed like it was not that long ago we were looking at that nest back there at near the entrance to this bridge and watching a chickadee going in and out. I'm hearing, I don't know if it's a hairy or a downy. I just heard it. Just a quick look around here with binoculars, and I have a feeling nothing's going on here, so we'll get moving. So we're hearing northern cardinal's chip notes, and I just heard a chickadee as well. And a robin. And Canada geese sound like they're in the air. I don't know if they left the pond or what the story is, but there are a couple of them flying away. My. Love the geese. Okay, let's continue on. Robin again. You. So we haven't seen a robin, but I've heard one on one or two, on a couple occasions, unless it was, you know, well, at least one. No, maybe two, because we heard a chip note, or I'm sorry, an alert call earlier. Hold on, just saw something. Oh, hold still, hold still, hold still. I said hold still. I don't know what that was. I don't see it now. I don't know where it is. Smaller bird, grayish. I don't know. Did I just see it again? Oh, yeah. Wait. Well, I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna. Oh. Is that a kinglet? May have been. Yes, that's a ruby crowned kinglet. And I'm hearing robins again. And I see a tufted titmouse. Well, I did see a tufted titmouse. It was right up here. And I may have just seen another one. I'm not sure. That sounds like a hairy woodpecker. Somebody just made noise near me. Somebody's still making noise. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe I'm wrong. We're gonna move on. I don't want to. If they're feeding on those berries in that tree, I'd just assume they eat and not be disturbed by me. Okay. Anyway, so we, you know, it hasn't been the very busiest of walks, but you know, we keep adding species, including this mallard. Oops. Let's try that again. This mallard. Downy, and this mallard too. Yes, look at how cute. Okay, let's keep going. You hear the robin. Yep, yep. We're gonna go right to the car. We're not going back to the water. It is getting dark. Nice walk. I enjoyed it. With a few surprises, or relative surprises, including the ruby-crowned kinglet, the phoebe, eastern phoebe, and the yellow-bellied sapsucker. No herons, but can't have everything. Chickadee just flew by. Black-capped chickadee. But we've got to get to the car. and see if we can have some time on the campus to look around. It's getting dark, but we might have some time. No promises, but we'll get there as quickly as we can. I'll need, a bit of time as usual to pack up, but we'll be underway shortly. And while I'm packing up, just a public service announcement. Don't forget to put a snow brush in your car. If you, if you get snow in your area. You may think it's a little early, and it is, but sometimes you can get a surprise snowfall. Even if it's just a minor thing that melts right away. It's nice to be prepared for it. And I'm surprised I don't do it, but I don't usually keep my brush in the car. Although I guess I have a spare tiny little one that's not very useful in the trunk, but so anyway, I have mine in my car. Okay, these wires aren't cooperating, and that is really a shock. Alright, I'll be with you as soon as I can. Just noticed something I may have been wrong about. I had speculated about sidewalks, and we saw that stone that they had set out, and looked like it was ready to be used. I thought they were going to build a path, although it didn't make sense to me to get to the street, and a place that you wouldn't want people crossing. But it looks like they put a different sidewalk in instead. I could show you, but we have only so much time. If I remember in the future, I'll show you then. I have a feeling the sidewalk isn't going anywhere anytime soon, so we should be able to look at it again sometime in the future. Okay. Oops. What happened? Okay. Well, it says 55 degrees. I don't know if I believe it. I bet it's colder than that now. We'll see once we get going if that temperature holds on the thermometer. Probably won't. Bye, sapsucker. Thank you. Just saw another bird fly by. If I had to guess, it's a song sparrow, but I don't know. We did hear a chip note earlier of a song sparrow. It flew into the brush there, so we're not going to see it. I see heading towards the pond. Don't know if they're going to be there, if they're going to go there, but heading towards the pond, 2 geese flying together, just overhead now. And I see 3 or 4 robins, maybe more than that. They were by Kip's barn in the grass. And a deer. Hey, out of the road. Stay out of the road. Yeah, I know. I hardly stopped. Traffic. I said it was 55, it's now reading 47. Oh, and I see oh, come on, come on. Looks like a hawk to me. I gotta go, traffic. But that was that's a red-tailed hawk, I believe. Now that we're driving and I'm stuck holding the camera. Okay, that's better. Would I count that hawk at Sapsucker Woods? It may have been on the, I don't know if that's technically Sapsucker Woods or not. It might have been. But I'd have to say no. Still, it was nice to see. Come on, Light, let's go. Ah, 48, getting warmer. Boy, it gets dark in a hurry. We're going to have very little time to look around. And maybe, maybe it would have been better to stay at Sapsucker, but I don't know. The Subaru, yeah, driving with its lights off, driving like a slowpoke. What a surprise. It's getting dark. I don't know if I like our chances, to be honest with you. Actually, I do know. I don't like our chances. Building is starting to take shape. I mean, it's still open and everything, but they've got some of the exterior up. I don't know if it's final exterior or not, but it's like, I can't tell. Probably not if I had to guess, but who knows. Maybe if we would stop coming here so late in the day, I would know. Keep going, keep going. Oh, come on, Ithaca car share. Come on, move. I know, I sound impatient. But we're running out of light in a big hurry. Realize I don't have the other camera ready. I left Sapsucker in a hurry. I don't have it ready, but you know, let's see if we can find the hawk first before we worry about having a camera for it. Like I said, I don't like our chances, but we're going to try. Street lights are on. Most cars have their headlights on. Take a look around here. 1 second. Okay, I don't see anybody up there. I looked on top of the vet school, and at least from this angle, I don't see anybody. It is possible, you know, to be up at the top of one of those stacks, and for us not to see. You know, because of our angle, there's enough up there to block our view. If there's a hawk up there, but have a feeling I'm going to let you down again in terms of seeing our hawks. It's been a while since we've seen them. I apologize for that. Considered driving around the campus a little bit this morning on my way to Montezuma, but there wasn't enough time. And I wanted to get there on time if I could. As it happened, I was running late. And quite honestly, I had considered stopping just to send a message that I was running late, but did start a few minutes late, but that was because of a technical issue. I think I was ready to start about on time. Just saw a bird fly over. I don't know. It wasn't a hawk, but don't know what it was. I think I see Jupiter and Saturn. Actually, it wasn't last night. The night before, I had just a quick look at Jupiter and Saturn, and it was no camera or anything, just right through my scope, and it was nice to see both of those planets, and also at the same time I was able to, point the camera, or point the scope in a different direction and see Mars, which was very bright. Too bright, in fact. Here I don't see anybody up on Sage Hall. I think we're not going to see anybody today. Again, my apologies. Still a little bit of light left, so let's keep our fingers crossed and maybe look like it's going to happen. Probably, if I had to guess, they're already in the roosting spots or about to be so. I don't know for certain, but I bet that's Mars. Maybe we'll try to take a look. If we can find a good viewing location. The problem is because of how bright it is and how close it is, I've had a hard time looking at it, and I have yet to actually get a look that had me think, okay, that is clearly, a disk as opposed to a spot, meaning a disk as in a planet as opposed to a spot, a star, more distant star, and just haven't been able to get a really good look at it. And I'd say I've had better looks at Jupiter, for instance. You can see it's clearly a round disk, from, obviously it's a sphere, but just haven't had that sense with Mars just yet. I don't think we're going to see any hawks today. Maybe I should have been driving around with the windows open, but I somehow doubt there are too many birds vocalizing alert calls, so that's why I didn't bother. And it's, 51 degrees now here on the campus, supposedly. of sight from this this lot? I don't know. I can see Saturn and Jupiter from here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see Mars from here. No, I don't believe so. Those trees are in the way. Okay. We'll try to take a look at Mars and see if maybe I can adjust things well enough to give us a look. I think, and I can't do this with my my setup here, but I believe the best way to look at Mars is to you have special filters in place, and that can really help to give you a clearer view. That's my understanding. There's a power line in the way. Okay. And there's still power lines in the way. Okay, now it's better. Alright, we're going to try to take a look at Mars. Let me get the other camera and see what we can do. Now, it's not very dark yet in the sky, as you can see. It's not pitch black. I don't know if that works for us or against us in this case. Mars is plenty bright, so it's not like we need it to be pitch black to see it. Right? See what I mean? It's so bright that it almost looks like a fireball. Let me see if I can do some things here. Oh, hold on. Come on. There we go. So this is Mars, and I can't focus any more sharply. And we might as well try to look at Jupiter and Saturn, as you know, since they're up there. Now I could get the other scope out for that and for looking at Mars, but I don't think it would help us really. Okay, let's, you know what, hold on one second here. Yeah, that's about as good as I can get, I believe. Okay. And now, I can probably see Saturn and Jupiter from this lot, so we don't have to travel far to travel billions of miles. Unless the power lines get in the way, which they might. Okay. We'll do, or we'll try to do, Jupiter first, if I can find it. Look closely and you can see 4 moons. There's one very close to Jupiter itself, and then you see the other 3 dots to get us to 4 of the primary moons. And now I'm going to darken it. I'm going to darken it so that we'll see Jupiter a little better, but we'll lose sight of the moons. You can just see a little of those bands on Jupiter. But it's now too dark to see the moons. And now, let's see if we can have another look at, or have a look at Saturn. Again, before we do, before we leave Jupiter entirely, battery's getting low. Again, we can see the planet and 4 of the moons. We can't see the other moons, they're too small. At least I don't believe we can see them. And as for, there it is. There she is. Now it looks just like a disc because it's, things are being brightened up a bit. But when I darken it, you can see the rings. Now I have to keep moving the camera because Earth spins fast enough that when we're zoomed in like this, we can notice the actual movement. And that's true when we're looking at the moon, or if we're looking at, in close-up, or if we're looking at one of these planets. Just have to do it that way. I'm going to darken it a little bit more. Battery's almost dead, so we're about ready to call it a day. I regret that back in July, when we had the opportunity to see that comet, I thought about it since, and I was like, I used the wrong setup. I didn't realize it at the time when I was walking there, but I probably should have done something different so we would have had a better view. But anyway, it's time for me to get going. I hope you've enjoyed the day. I wish we had seen Big Red and Arthur, but some things weren't meant to be, I guess. But at least we've had a look at Saturn and Jupiter and Mars. I don't believe any other planets are up there for us to see at this time. But I want to wish you all a very good night and a very good week, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.